Wizards of the Coast just announced that on October 26th, they are dropping 5 new standard pre-constructed decks on the MTG Arena store, and many of you are probably wondering whether or not they are worth it to buy. Now in this video, I'll be answering that question for you. I'll be playing one of the pre-constructed decks, be doing 5 games with them, sharing my initial thoughts, and after the gameplay I'll also be going over potential upgrades to make them even stronger, and whether or not they are worth buying in the first place. Now, at the point of this recording, I don't know exactly how expensive they will be. All I know is that they will be discounted based on the cards you already have in your collection. So definitely let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on these pre-constructed decks. And without further ado, let's get started. So, Wizards of the Coast is going to shove new decks into the store. Like these deck bundles that they're bringing out every time. And so far, they've all really been misses. It's mostly been like Brawl. It's been Historic, I believe. And now they're going to do Standard. Starting October 26th, which is still a little bit away. One of Magic Gathering's most popular formats, which is Standard. Glad that they acknowledge it. Check out the full deck list of each below. Note that the price of each will be prorated, so you can only pay for the cards you don't have in your collection. So I don't think we know exactly how expensive this is going to be as of this moment in time, but this is the Champion deck Standard Midrange Mono Black. Now they are making these for best of 1, but we're shoving a sideboard in there and making it for best of 3. So let us perceive what's going on over here. Their little text for it says, play the War of Attrition, remove threats and force your opponents to discard their resources while dropping their life to 0. The Standard Midrange Mono Black deck will be available in the MTG Arena store October 26th for a limited time and features these cards. So one of the most interesting things that we're looking at in here is 3 copies of Sheoldred. That's the first thing that catches my eye, okay? 3 copies of a very, very, very powerful mythic card in Standard. Shelly has been around for a while and is making moves. So Shelly is one of the most attractive cards in here. Liliana of the Veil, S tier Planeswalker, 2 copies of that in here as well. And then it becomes a little mid. Then it becomes a little mid. Not bad at all, but these are kind of the top end, the bangers in the deck. And outside of that, I would say that a lot of these cards are pretty relevant. It obviously is a mono black discard pile with Bandit's Talent being a focal point. And that allows you to justify cards like Hopeless Nightmare, Thoughtstalker Warlock, I guess Ruthless Negotiation. Deep Combat's always something you have to play, but not necessarily something you would play or you purchase to play, I would say is the right thing to say. There's 9 pieces of removal in here, which I like. That's gas. I think that's definitely needed in this meta. So it's almost like a control-ish deck, I would say. It's definitely mono black discard more so than mid-range, I guess, if I had to give it a name. Because in a mono black mid-range deck, if they were making a true champion mono black mid-range deck, I would be expecting things like, Preacher of the Schism, perhaps. That is a great, maybe an Ecclesot somewhere. I guess nowadays, everybody's playing the Slasher, stuff like that. But for a mono black discard deck, I guess it's not too bad. The Rush of Dread, Rankle Sprank, and Tiny Bones are really weird. It's giving these 3 cards is kind of giving, we need to up this a little bit, so let's shove some weird rares in here that make it not I don't know, there's just 3 cards that don't really belong in here. I think I can justify every other card, but the Tiny Bones, Rush of Dread, and Prankle or Rankle Sprank are a little different to me. But yeah, the removal is solid. These are Lily and Sheoldred are pretty good value. And despite these cards not being rares, they would still absolutely see play in a mono black discard deck. So interesting. Let's shove a sideboard in here. Let's see if we can keep it relatively cheap. And then we can instead of Ghost Vacuum, we might want to consider going I mean, do we want to keep it budgety, as much budget as we can? Probably, I think, if we can try. See if we can exclude as many rares as possible, right? And as many rares slash mythics as possible. So we're gonna shove the Duresses in there, which I'm kind of shocked to not see the rest in the main in here anyways, but okay. We'll have our graveyard hate of choice be Soul Guide Lanterns instead of Ghost Vacuums, because they're like uncommons, I guess. We need some like exile removal. I'm always a fan of Anoint with Affliction. Who definitely like shove 2 or 3. I could even see Anoint with Affliction in the main in this deck because of how relevant it is nowadays. All Mythic Luxury sideboard. Yeah, nah, we're gonna keep it as budget as we can, so that, you know, if you end up buying this deck, you can probably just have some uncommon wildcards that you can spend. Yeah, is that card an uncommon? I'm actually not sure. I would imagine it is. Withering Torment? Yeah, okay. Dreams of Steel and Oil would be worthy. I could definitely see Dreams of Steel and Oil as well. I mean, I guess Cruel Claw Heist, I'm a huge fan of. I think, but that's even that's a rare. We don't really want to mess with that. So 3 Duresses, 2 Dreams of Steel and Oil. We got some Anoints. Let's see, what else do we want to like think about here that we can play that is not over like rarity. Blot Out. Thinking about it. I guess like Glistening Deluge or Malicious Affliction. Probably Malicious. Or Malicious Eclipse, I mean. We'll do Malicious Eclipse. I could see us doing like an Edict. Maybe a Duress? Maybe just another Duress? Cruelty of Gix. I think Cruelty of Gix is a rare, isn't it? Yeah, or like Gix's Command is also a rare. Yeah, so we kind of want to keep it at like as budget as we can, so that if you buy this deck, you don't have to then also buy like 20 rare wildcards. You can have a sideboard, basically. So I'll just shove another Duress in there, I guess. So I think this is a realistic, like a cheap sideboard that can work, plus, you know, vibes. Nowhere to Run. Is Nowhere to Run an uncommon? Actually, I'm not sure. Ooh, I could see it. Okay, Nowhere to Run is an uncommon. Maybe I'll take out 1 Duras and add Nowhere to Run. I do like that card. I do. Alright, something like this perhaps is could work. I might want to do it instead of Edict, to be honest. I like the card that much, especially when we have so much removal. This card is gonna be a rare, isn't it? Hold on, just making sure, just double checking. Oh, Mythic, my goodness. Yeah, I would. Also, Investigator seems like a sweet upgrade for a deck like this. So does Ashlizzlle, but yeah. All right. Let's see what we can do with this, guys. This video is brought to you by Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard provides you with premium protection for your trading cards, like their incredible Katana sleeves, which are my absolute favorite for sleeving up my Magic decks. Ultimate Guard has everything you need to keep your Magic cards safe, secure, and stylish. If you're interested in getting the best sleeves on the market, make sure to use my link in the description below. We're 24 lands. All right, we're balling. We're balling. Yeah, I'm in the process of moving, so the background looks a little different, as you can see. You know, we got the purple vibes. We're working on getting some shelves up as well, so I can display some cool, more Magic stuff. We have Gev. Gev is here. We have the Black Lotus skateboard, so... What more could you possibly want? Do I want to Ruthless Negotiation them first? What are we up against here? This is Simic Terror, I think. I'm gonna start with Tiny Bones, actually. We need some damage. We're gonna get some damage in here first. The one-off Tiny Bones is showing up. Oof. Beanstalk when we're a discard deck. Well, at least we won't run out of things to discard, but it does make me a little Ooh, Liliana has arrived as well. All right. Tiny Bones, can you steal stuff for us? Tiny? Okay. Trying to summon Eltenac. get out. Like, there's some counter magic as well. Okay. Just gonna uptick that. So in this deck, we won't really need more than 4 mana on the board. Like, the most expensive card we have is 4, which is Shelly and Ranklesprank, so... Pranking! Oh, we're actually pranking them for real now. Or potentially in the future. This is actually a weird spot to be in, because in a worst case scenario, like, this is a crab, I think. Ooh, okay. Yo, Voxy sat my face neighbor too. This is really weird, actually, because I would like to uptick this. But what if they crab me? Then I cannot discard Go for the Throat, so I have to get rid of the Swamp. That's fine, I guess. My god, so we're so, like... 5-head, guys. There we go. Because I was thinking, like, if I get rid of the Go for the Throat, you're basically just cooked. Anyways. Yeah, we'll get rid of this. Oh my god, we discarded the beans. That's huge. That's huge. Ah. We're just gonna find it again now. Not necessarily great. If I slam Bandit's Talent, they're forced to, like, flesh in the crab, and then we can, minus get rid of it anyways. Liliana's out here, fighting for our lives. Here we go. So we're gonna make them sacrifice that. We're gonna activate the Bandit's Talent. And then we have our win con online. We'll see what happens. Man, I would have absolutely loved to play that. Oh well. I'm gonna get rid of the Prankle. Yeah, I dream of a world where I can I? Nah. Silly. Give me the crab. I'm actually close to it. I need to pay 4 to get this thing in play. Alright. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna crack the Hopeless Nightmare, maybe look for a land. That's a good card, though. Everyone you heard say that card's name says Sprankle. It's just what it is. It's Ranklesprank. I don't think I need any of that, honestly. I do feel that 24 lands for a mid-range deck like this, like, it's not unreasonable, but also I would be looking at 25, 26. Well, 25 at least. It's just so punishing to, like, miss your land drops. And I mean, I know I discarded the Swamp or whatever, but... like, I am the problem. I acknowledge that. I can get rid of the Otter. Could I have cast a Terror? I'm not sure, actually. Maybe. I'll try it either way now. What is it? Non-incident sorcery? I'll try. No. Nope, nope, nope. Still 4. It's okay, though. We're still just, like, slowly draining them with the Bandit's Talent. That's kind of the idea behind it anyway. Beans number 3 has entered the building. I repeat, Beans number 3 has entered the building. Okay. Well, that does the job either way. That's great. I'm good, I think. I don't want to cast these guys. It's funny that Tiny Bones is kind of putting in the work, though. I won't lie to you. Alright. Well. We'll take the Soul Guide Lanterns. We will get rid of the cut downs. We'll take the duresses, I think. Could also go steel and oil, but I like the rest, I think, here. Tiny bones, not a whole lot of value. Outside of that, Withering Torment to deal with beans seems okay. Rush of Dread, like, you know, I could actually see Ranklesprank do something here. So like the rest gets played for us to like hit beans, for us to hit like Storm Chaser's talent. We have enough removal to deal with every creature that they play. That's not really the problem. They're gonna have like 8 creatures in that deck, and we have 2 Lilianas, 4 Go for the Throats, and 2 Withering Torments. Ranklesprank also sacrifices things, so we're not really too worried about that. We're focusing on getting rid of our good tools. Like, the thing is, we're a discard deck. Like, there's just no way around the fact that we are a discard deck. So, at this point, you might as well double down on the strategy rather than trying to be like, well... We gotta commit. Oh my god. Double beans. Plus, they have... You know... People that still play Obstinate Bailiff in a sideboard, like... You're different. You scare me. You scare me. I rarely see any discard decks that would justify. Why did you not get rid of the Bailiff? Or why would you not put Bailiff? Okay. What? That's... Oh, okay, I guess. Let's try and fire this off. What are they already... What's happening, guys? They're forgetting about Bailiff. They boarded it in and then forgot about it? Yeah, nah, Ruthless Negotiation doesn't work, but Bandit Stellan doesn't exile. No, but this would've. Bandits is in exile. No. The Bandit part? Yeah, the Ruthless Negotiation, fine. The Bandit, what? Anyway. They have a Beans in play, so they might just be fine. They might just be fine. Triggered on spell? I don't know. Really have no clue. But we're gonna like try to just replay these Ruthless Negotiations from the exile soon. You got a counter spell for that? Oh, it's gonna get picked up actually. That's pretty tough. Yikes. It's gonna be really hard for us to beat Beans. It's gonna be real hard to beat Beans. Blue March at home. Yeah. Blue March at home. I know, like, as a discard deck having to fight Beans is, like, different. Beans is so good. Okay. It doesn't end. An endless stream of Tolarian terrors. I really gotta hit another land, maybe. Find a way to deal with the terror. Alright, land found. Yeah. We're just gonna get him to a point where I will discard the Bailiff, and then I'm happy. These negotiations are at least trying their best. Okay. So I wonder why they didn't play out the Bailiff then. Are they really just determined to get it? From, like, a discard effect? Oof, that's another Tolarian Terror. That's bad, guys. It's not good. It's not good. We're at 10 life. There's 10 life on the board. Ooh, did we just hit the perfect card? Maybe. Rankle Sprankle? Honestly, I refuse. I refuse to give them the Bailiff. I refuse. Another beans. Okay, yikes. I refuse to give my opponent this Bailiff value. It's not happening. You're not gonna get it. Okay, I'm gonna hit the Bailiff with the bat. Altenac in the hand. And then we're gonna do Bandit's Talent. I mean, if you do that, you get a land. Like, that's fine. It's actually funny because they lost themselves another, Alright, here we go. I will also just slam the Hopeless Nightmare for vibes. Just more damage. Pew, pew. Alright, well, if they don't find a way to trigger, I'll have to proc Beans here. It might just be done, but... all we need is the opponent to drop one more land, and then Bandit's Talent gets the job done. They ran that crab out sorcery speed, though. That's interesting to me. Okay, they're gonna draw a lot of cards. Yikes. The double beans is gonna be tough, guys. It's gonna be tough. That's tough. Well, shouldered though, like Bean Destroyer Shelly, yeah, that could be something. Shelly, if you want to like trigger your beanstalk, then we're good to go. This is why they banned it for us in Modern. Imagine those shits with Solitude. Yeah, well, that's what's happening in Standard right now as well, though. Oh, nah, they got us. Wait, no, they... oh, yeah, they got us. I was almost about to get hyped, but it was Beans that saved them here. Man. 1 life? Alright, alright. Alright. It is what it is. It is what it is, chat. Yeah, Torment has been in here anyways. So close, yes, so close. Ooh. 5 lands? Is this too much? I do think that, like, for what it's worth, for playing a discard deck, playing against a beanstalk deck is probably the worst thing that could happen to us. I won't lie to you, chat. Like, I don't think that the odds are necessarily in our favor. Man, I'm so torn. Like, I don't hate this package at all. But it is 5 lands against the beanstalk deck. I feel like I would love to see the rest to try and deal with it. Yeah, I think you mull too. Oh man, that's so much worse. Alright, mull the 5 it is. Uh-oh. Yeah, our priority is just getting rid of beans. Like, they cannot have beans. They really just can't have beans. Yeah. They really can't have that. Talent. Out here fighting. Let's play this bot. But like on a real positive note though, they don't have beans yet, so like you celebrate these. I'm actually shocked that they got rid of Analyze the Pull, and I would have probably like analyzed into a land so that you have another discount moment maybe, but I think they don't care anyways. Like they're gonna get the discount no matter what. No beans Monday. That's it, that's it. That's it. Ah, fuck. Okay. That's tough. That's tough. They got it. Welcome to the struggle bus. Okay. We manifest Withering Torment. Oh my god, they had the terror too. I mean, they are like... They're drawing very, very well. I'll tell you that. They're drawing very well. At least the mana was like our friend there. That's fine. You know what I mean though? Like that deck plays like 8 creatures and they do hit the creature on time every time. That's why I'm saying like they are drawing good. Because there's very like as a Simic Terror enjoyer, there's a lot of moments where like you do end up just never finding a creature for a very long time. You have to like tutor it up with like an Analyze the Pull or something. All right, we're off to the races, I guess. I think I'll just do a Hopeless Nightmare here. And crack the Nightmare if we need. Man, this game is close. I'm scared. Don't stop! Just stop! How are they doing this? Unreal. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Crazy. Crazy. You know what I mean though? Like they really are just like hitting it though. They really are just hitting it. I mean, yeah, I need to disrupt them, right? They're drawing like it's an abnormal amount of creatures that they are drawing. I'll tell you that. Like I'll tell you that. So okay, so we're gonna go to 6. Man, this is so difficult. So I bring them to 6, they go to 4. Then hopefully after that they go to 2. How do I hit them for 2? Because if they get Edimer Crab back, then they can just tap my bats. What do I need to draw? A Hopeless Nightmare or another Bandit's Talent or Wranglesprank or something? Is that my best out? Because like holding back with Bushwhack, then they remove... we block with the Bushwhack bat, then they just remove something and get Crab back anyways, yeah. Alright, I think this is our best out, possibly. This might disrupt everything because that's for life. They ripped it again. Like, I cannot believe that. They ripped it again, dude. Now our out doesn't work either. No. Very close game. But yeah. This opponent drew gasoline for sure. And was conveniently playing the exact right deck against us, unfortunately. Alright. This looks pretty good. Looks good enough. Okay. Not the mirror, ain't no way. The mirror, ain't no way, ain't no way. What do you mean by that, Ryan? What are the vibes here? Oh, yeah, I'm excited for the debut. I haven't listened to that song though, because I'm not a Bruno Mars fan. Oh yeah, for sure. It's not the best. It's not the best. Not the greatest of strategies for sure. Anyways, let's get rid of that. Let's go here. Oh yeah, what is it called? Like disease or something, Ryan? Pretty excited for that. We'll be tuning in. Classic, you know, black mage strategies here with lands and removal and nothing more than that. What a vibe. We're gonna look for a bandit sound or like a shoulder now. These are kind of our win cons. There we go. Ask and you shall receive, chat. Ask and you shall receive. Let's get these pings going as fast as we can. Bandit's Tale and Truly is like one of the greatest like cheap win cons in Standard though, I'll tell you that. It's pretty sweet like that. Like for all the shit that people give mono black discard as like a budgety like win strategy, it's pretty cool. Especially when you're in like the like a mirror match here, right? Like what are you gonna do? So they play Slasher, so I'll play the Annoyance. Yeah, there's a lot of enchantment removal in the meta, which does suck, but it's good, though, still. Well, to be fair, actually, I could see Tiny Bones in this matchup. They're probably Unholy Annex players, I think. Here we go. Just me casting my removal spells. Or my discard spells, casting my removal spells. Having a great time. Vibing in my lane. Another one, thank you. Yo, Jeeps, thank you for the 8. Mono Black discards hella budget and actually has some great matchups. Yeah, it's also like pretty easy to play, I would say. I don't think there's a lot of... Yeah, the difficulty level is also not very like high. Appreciate you, Jesse. The difficulty level is definitely pretty soon. Oh my god, here we go. That's kind of why we brought in the Withering Torment, you know. I mean, I guess I'll go Bandit's Talent before they get like their own duresses or something. To be fair, I don't know actually. If I could just put Shouldered in play. That is so needed. We need to get rid of that real quick. Almost feel like maybe we want to have 3 copies of Withering Torment in the sideboard. These enchantments like Beans and Unholy Annex kind of just defeat the strategy. I think we might want 3 of them. If we can't duress those cards away, then we gotta come up with something else. Alright, hit him with the Warlock, I guess. Okay. Bye, Shouldered. Bye. Bye, Shelly. Bye. You're not pinging me. They stole my cool Shelly. Alright, so now we just let Bandit's Talents do its thing. There we go. I definitely think we will shove another Withering Torment into the sideboard because it's like, really, you really do not want to be facing, you really do not want to be facing Beans or Unholy Annex. Wow, did you just grab my Bandit's Talent? Shh. Anyways, here's another Bandit's Talent. You can't out-bandit the bandit gamer, man. You can't do it. Ping you for 4. Pew pew. I think it would be good. Unless they find a way to top deck Rush of Dread, but I don't think they play that. Yeah, I think we're just chilling here, you know, especially now. Especially now. Alright, perfect. That was pretty good. Yeah, this is one of the new pre-constructed decks that you'll be able to buy in about 5 days. So we're checking it out. See whether or not it's worth your money. That's what we're doing. 77% gamer, surely. Surely. After these 5 games, I'll be yapping a little bit about what I think is good, what I think is bad, how you could solve the problem if you want to put some rares or mythics into this, and etc, etc. Good review, gamers. Alright, let's get that going. Yo, Minus. You think your build for best of 1, the Oculus one has 4 smites and 2 lockdowns, you'd win that in best of 1, not best of 3? I think you can... Meh. They're in the recent MTG Arena announcements. Okay. What are we working with here? Gonna deal with that. You know, it's a Naya creature deck. That does give haste, so it's a little worrying. That's okay. Gonna deal with Mabel here. Interesting. Let's do each player loses 4 life, sacrifice 2 creatures, and I mean, do I want to do discard? Probably not. I'm just gonna uptick this one away and then lose 4 life and sacrifice 2 creatures just to deal with the scrap shooter. To protect Liliana, and then Liliana can minus again, and then they're stuck in the endless hell of Liliana vibes. Yeah, you gotta deal with that, I think. Enduring Vitality, that's a very interesting one to play for sure. You might want to consider like playing Blot out in the side maybe. You see, instead of getting cool new Liliana, we're getting unplayable reprint. I think the card is playable. I think Dreader General could still be a very strong top-end card. I don't know, maybe I'm inhaling a lot of copium, but I think Dreader General is still really... Actually, one of the only Planeswalkers that's, like, playable. Sizzle, thank you for the 17. It's still, like, just a ton of value, right? Like, black decks are very good. Seems like a nice top-end mid-range card. I don't know. Maybe it's copium. Alright, I need to draw something better than these Ruthless Negotiations, dude. 6 mana, yup, 6 mana. 6 mana, draw 2, remove 2 creatures? Like, or what does it say? Sacrifice 1 or 2 creatures, which one is it? Yeah, each player, 6 mana, each player sacrifices 2 creatures, you draw 2 cards. Protects itself, like, I think Dreader General is still playable, truly. Dude, I cannot believe that I'm out here, like, doing this stuff, but I have no choice. Yeah, Dreader General was spicy. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, no. Okay, to be fair, maybe I should have scryed, but also I was just thinking that surely there's either a removal or a creature in here somewhere. My bad. So in hindsight, we would have put 2 swamps to the bottom and we would have lucky drawn into Hopeless Nightmare. That's how it would have gone. Ugh. Alright, I guess. Never look. Well, I just wanted to see. No, we should have... What I'm saying is we should have scryed on upkeep. That's why I, like, wanted to beat myself up over. You needed the scry on upkeep there, but I just, like, missed setting the trigger and I just went spiraled from there on out. That's kind of what happened. So that's why I still wanted to see, like, I would have put 2 swamps to the bottom and then the upkeep, yeah. I wish Arena would put a stop for you, but... Imagine having the technology. Yeah, but that's like something you don't know. That's truly like hindsight, no use, back, like, you know, information. You can't really do anything with that. Yeah, but that's very, very, very hindsight gaming, though. Like you every time, like a pattern that I'm sensing with this deck is that every time we get our opponent so low, and then we just run out. Like we surrender to the top of the deck, and it kind of ends there. The Bandit's talent in a universe can draw you cards, but then you already need to be in an advantageous spot anyway, so your opponent's top decking. It's very like super conditional card draw. Yeah. Like if we're in top deck wars, we're kind of just screwed. Like we need to find a way to like draw cards. We'll see though. Wow, that's crazy. Boonbringer Valkyrie. Lands. Here are the lands. So yeah, my goal for this deck though is to keep it as budget as I can. Because basically what's going to happen is people are going to be buying these decks, and I don't want you to spend an additional like 20 rares on your sideboard. So that's why the whole sideboard is basically uncommon or commons. Because I kind of want to stay true to that idea, so... That's kind of what we're, why the sideboard looks the way that it looks. Because I want you, if you buy this deck, I want you to have an immediate, like, best of 3 package rather than having to, like, rely on a whole sideboard alongside it, you know? So they'll have to equip it. Liliana goes, but we can force the equip out on them. So, yeah, this is going to be a new arena precon that you can buy in a store. A champion deck, as they like to call it. Alright, well, they ended up finding it, so... No use. The precon... Well, we're first of all checking whether or not it's worth it, and then we could also think about some ways to... improve it. You know? Okay. Surely these bandits talents clutch it here, and they do. Great. It helps to be playing against a deck that, you know, doesn't really draw cards either. Awesome. The double bat right on time. Surely we win these, chat. Come on now. Surely we win these. Even though I messed up game 1. Could have won game 1 too. We're basically trying to win 3 games in a row here. Top 50. Well, I was, and then I played the mono black mid-range champion deck on the MTG Arena store. I was. We'll see. Things are truly not that bad, though. They're not that bad. They're not that bad. Okay. Rankle Prankle would kind of slay right now. We gotta prankle these Pop-Etch recruits away. Okay, we're gonna have a hard time prankling these Pop-Etch recruits. Well, I guess I could still do it. Sure. The Offspring stuff is kind of like big value for them right now, though. I mean, that's fine. You a sheriff? Baby squirrel. Squirrel, rabbit. Whatever. Do I go there? Do I go there? Do I go there? Is it going to be Rankle Sprankle for full? For full? Yeah. Full send. We ball. Oh my god, that was definitely not worth it. Even though we did get rid of their white mana, I guess. Okay, never mind. The maximum prankle, yeah. Maximum prankage. Okay. That was truly a bravery test, for sure. Like, now we're in a great spot with the Bandit's Talent, for sure. Mayball. Bye, Mayball. The Crag Flame's actually really nice for them. I mean, I could just try to draw a new card here. I don't think I want to, like, slam Liliana. Hey, it's Tiny Bones. Sweet, we can grab things out of the graveyard. Or maybe not. Cauldron? Wait, why are they playing Cauldron? What an awkward lineup. I'm gonna see if I can bait them. The answer will be no, but it's fine. Okay. Wow, I wonder what's gonna happen. They put the Cauldron on top of the deck because they knew we were going to play Tiny Bones. Oh my god, it's Uppies! Cool, okay, I see the Cauldron a bit more now. They have Enduring, Vitality, and Uppies. Interesting, that's pretty cool. Anyway. Not the right style, though. They don't have the right Uppie style. That's why they're 77%. See, if you had the right Uppie style, the universe would have favored you. Lily has arrived. We just gotta try and, like, grab. Actually, I'm not sure we can grab here. I mean, the thing is, we're never gonna grab anything. It's kind of what the vibe is. Cauldron is gonna constantly, like, exile anything we're trying to target, but it doesn't matter, you know, we have the win con active here in the form of Bandit's Talent. So we'll see. We're getting there, we're getting there. Oh, speak of the devil, we just said that nobody plays a Johnny Sleeper Agent, and this opponent's like, okay, hold my beer. Let me try that. Okay. A Johnny? Rip a Johnny. This is why nobody plays a Johnny. Oh man. Alright, we fortunately have the win here. They're listening, yeah, they can hear everything we say. So they lose 2, and then they lose 2 again, and then we end up getting them, so I'm happy with that. Technically 3-0 this person. If I didn't mess up my Surveil in game 1. That's a lot of mana. That's too little mana. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Celestia Rabbits kind of fell off, I feel. We're against Peeps as well. that hit the double Oculus. Okay, this is great. Oh, that's great. Guys, I'm winning this for sure. The highest of high rolls I've seen as somebody. The highest of high rolls, okay? The highest of high rolls. Yeah, at least I don't know what we're doing, but geez. Cards like Hopeless Nightmare are just so awkward here because they want things in the graveyard. 2 mana, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's timeless, you'd say. Yeah, you'd imagine. You would imagine. At least they got cool sleeves. See if we can hit him with a bat first. Have a look at the hand. I'm grabbing the Jin here, I think. All the discard, all the removal. Wee. Okay. Not looking too bad. Not looking too bad right now. See if I can get myself the spot where we can get a land and then maybe fire off some Ruthless Negotiations. Jin and Grave, so they're gonna try to bring that back with Helping Hand. Okay. So I'm gonna fire off Anoint, try and hit it with an Exile effect. Anoint stonks through the roof once again. That's pretty sweet, actually. All right. You play Simic Terror and they don't like it when they get it back in hand and not in the yard. Nice. Lands. We got lands. 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 It's okay though, but like we do need to find our win con here. One of the things that I'm pretty disappointed in with this deck is that it relies so heavily on having Bandit Stallion, because like we are dealing no damage outside of that. Not one bit. We're like, what do you mean 1 damage a turn? Like, what do you mean a point of damage a turn? Like bestie. All right. 14 turn o'clock. Yep, that's what we're working with here. All right, here we go. Now we're cooking. We got the Bandit's talent. We're gonna just immediately buff that up. Get the card draw, get the damage, and then hopefully find something like Shelly. My lizards. Okay. Like, we got the Bandit Salad. All of a sudden, like, we're kind of cooking, right? Sure. Probably looking for a way to like shove a creature in a graveyard so that they can run it back out. Peeps. Summon another Thoughtstalker, just make the clock even like faster for us. Should be able to have him the next turn. We got 5 on the board, 2 from the talent, and you're at 7. Okay. They buy another turn? Unless I put a stop here and I can find the right card. Come on! No! Arena! Why did you skip? I was almost thinking we'd get a repeat of like the previous game. Oh my goodness. This is fine. This is fine. Here we go. Well, everybody that's hating on this deck, guys, this is the new one of the new decks that you'll be able to buy on the store on the 26th. That's why we're playing it right now. It's the mono black mid-range champion deck. We have no idea how cheap or expensive this is going to be, but this is it, guys. This is it. You'll be able to buy this in the store. I did shove a sideboard in there because it doesn't have a sideboard, but with the Shouldereds, yep, 3 copies of Shouldered and 3 Lilianas you get with this. All right, let's see. Looking for my Bandit's talent. Looking for my Bandit's talent. Okay. Steel? Yes, it gets cheaper if you own the cards, yes. Hidden Peeps. Glad we have a lot of exile effects though. Yeah, so all of these decks, they get cheaper in price if you have some of the cards already. So we'll be checking out all the decks that are going to go on the store, like all the standard pre-constructed decks that have been announced in today's arena announcements. We're going to check out every single one of them. So it's our little challenge of the day here. At these moments I'm grateful Spell Pierce doesn't exist anymore. Oh my god. Give me anything to try and win this game, because I don't vibe with this. I don't. Okay, well that does win. Yeah, that does win the game. Here's Shouldered. Shelly. That's good. That's pretty good. Is Shelly going to kick this deck into a positive win rate? She might. She might. Okay. Well, she did it. She did it. So, we just played 5 games with the champion deck mono black midrange. I think that's the official name here. Champion deck standard midrange mono black is what they call it in full. So this deck definitely isn't difficult to play. Let's begin with that. If we're talking about like difficulty of piloting the deck, it's almost brain dead. I mean, there are a few things like putting your stop for the Hopeless Nightmare or whatever, but it's almost brain dead. Like there's not a lot to it. You know, you got to make sure that you set up your Bandit's talent whenever you can, and like Liliana of the Veil is a tricky planeswalker, but outside of that, discard cards from the hand and hope that you get there isn't the most difficult of strategies. So it's very easy for a beginning player to like buy this, pick it up, and get wins with it. Don't really have a long period where you have to get used to what you're doing. It's also very forgiving with all the amount of removal in here. So definitely say that it's an easy deck to play. Let's talk about the good and the bad things here as well. Okay. We already said it a little bit, but Liliana and Sheoldred, very, very, very nice for this deck. Really great to pick up. I think that mono black discard decks can be strong. Like, there are definitely some good matchups that you can find. We didn't end up running into domain players or like control players, but generally speaking, you'll be pretty good against those. Considering you can get rid of beans, that is, because that's one of your greatest challenges. But that's why I would have maybe liked to see Duress in the main here in some form. Especially because there are so many ways to draw cards in Standard right now. I'd find a way to play Duresses or, you know, I guess if we want to keep it budget. I was going to say Cruel Claw Heist, but find a way to play Duresses. Speaking of like Cruel Claw Heist, I think that would be one of the... If you would like to upgrade this deck, I would definitely find a way to play at least... Or get at least 2 or 3 copies of Cruel Claw Heist. I think Ruthless Negotiation is fine. But like, I feel like 4 is a bit excessive. You'd be better off with Cruel Claw and be a little bit more specific about your stuff. Or maybe I'd play it instead of Thoughtstalker, Warlock, or something. It's a great budget option, but Cruel Claw can be so relevant against bean stacks and all that stuff. I think as another upgrade for this deck, a card that I would really like to see in here would have been... Not the rest. I'm looking for discard. Would have been Hostile Investigator. Where's this guy? Where's my friend? Here it is. Hostile Investigator, I think, is definitely a card that I feel misses in here. Because I feel like often in these games that we've played, we were just waiting on a way to win the game, right? So having a 4-mana 4/3 that's also solving the problem of like us being in top deck mode. I think Hostile Investigator would basically solve 2 problems in one card. Card draw and a bit more of a threat that we're looking for. Like, I would find a way to slot in the Investigators. I don't think Rankle Sprank or Rush of Dread are particularly good, so I'd kick those. I think you could probably get away with, like, kicking Tiny Bones as well. Like, I would have loved to see these 3 cards being taken out and seeing 3 Hostile Investigators in it instead. Or definitely play some Investigators in the sideboard. I think another great upgrade would probably be Ashlizzle's Deepest Betrayal. But those are all, you know, mythic / rare upgrades that you can work towards, I guess. Yeah, I feel like Thoughtstalker Warlock, I would probably find a way to replace that with, you know, Cruel Claw Heist or something, or anything that's a little bit more of a, you know, a win. You could also just have generally strong black mid-range cards in here, like Slasher. The Slasher would solve the problem of the deck not dealing enough damage fast enough. You could play Preacher of the Schism for some more card draw and some protection. Unholy Annex or like a Phyrexian Arena could also be okay. But they're all like rare upgrades basically that you could eventually like work towards. But in general, I don't think the deck was any bad. Like, we ended up getting 3 and 2, right? But I don't think it was particularly any good either. I think a lot of Standard right now is defined by cards that draw cards. I feel like Standard is very much defined by Beans, very much defined by Unholy Annex, very much defined by Caretaker's Talent. This deck is probably pretty gas against the Prowess stuff, especially with some of the sideboard options. But there's just so much card draw in Standard right now, and they'll draw more cards than once a turn, like Enduring Curiosity and the Mirror. I don't think that the deck is necessarily positioned well in the meta. Like, I think it's a strong deck, but I don't think it's positioned well, especially in best of 3. So there might also be moments where, like I said, Duress is in the main and Cruel Claw's in the main so that you can remove your opponent's card draw rather than relying on Ruthless Negotiation to do it for you and be more specific. Is definitely a way to make the deck stronger in the meta, because if you can't stop your opponent's card draw, you're basically cooked. It's kind of what we saw with the 2 losses. So I think as how good it would be in the meta at this point in time, I probably have to give it like 2 out of 5 stars. But there's things that you can do to like change the deck to make it better and make it maybe like a 3.5 out of 5 stars or something. Like, I think it's a fine deck. Now, how much would Wizards ask for something like this is the question, because we're just estimating. We're making a wild guess here. How much would this be worth is the thing. And considering considering the arena economy, like, I think I would happily, I think paying like $50 for a deck like this would be reasonable. But the arena economy in mind, if I would see this on the store and I'd be like, yeah, that's probably fair. You have to think about these like 5, you know, black mythic staples that get played in standard and older formats as well. Like, these cards make the value. You have no rare lands, and outside of that, basically everything is either common or uncommon or, you know, not really something worth considering. Like, these are like the rare cards in the deck, right? What would we pay for this? I feel like I wouldn't go over how much, what is, let me have a look at the gem packages here. let me have a look at the gem packages, right? So 20k gems is 110. Okay. Tiny is a mythic as well. No, the thing is, we have to put it into the context of MTG Arena, right? Like, it's never going to be 20 bucks. I feel like somewhere between 50 and 80 is what I think this deck would be worth. I'm just going to keep in mind, like, the price you would pay for a AAA game. And, like, I think with a deck like this, you would get as much playtime as you get out of a AAA game. I think you can hold a positive win rate. I think you can work towards, like, some great upgrades. And I think that some of these cards, especially the mythics, are very much transferable to other decks. So I think between like 50 and 80 is probably a fair price for this deck. Anything over 150, like, no way in hell. So we'll see eventually how much we're gonna be spending on this. So I don't know. Or you can rent a deck for like, yeah, well, we're not thinking about that. Like, these cards will just go in your collection and you can vibe with them. I think if it goes on the store for like $50, I think that would be great value. But $50 or less would be great value, I feel, for what you end up getting. Like 5 mythic, 6 mythic cards that are also like pretty flexible and relevant. So anyways, that's it for the mono black champion deck. Definitely not the best one. We can go to the next one now.